Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scout Sports 101 Monday Night Football postgame show. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry made sure Ravens coach John Harbaugh could maintain bragging rights over his younger brother. Jackson threw 2 touchdown passes and ran for a score as Henry rushed for 140 yards as Baltimore beat Jim Harbaugh's Los Angeles Chargers. 30-23 on Monday night. John Harbaugh improved to 3-0 in the Harbaugh Bowl. It means a lot with me being a big brother. I can't lose to my little brother. That's what I believe going into the game. He was thinking about that a lot. And we came out victorious today, Jackson said. It was the first matchup between the Harbaughs since Super Bowl 47 in February 2013, when John's Ravens beat Jim's San Francisco 49ers. Jim Harbaugh returned to the NFL this year after 9 seasons at Michigan, where he won a national title. The brothers shared a quick hug, then handshake at midfield after the game. I just told him, "You're a great coach, and you have a great team, and I love you." And he said, "I love you. Congratulations. It was good." John Harbaugh said. Justice Hill ran for a 51-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter to put it out of reach for the Ravens, who are now 8-4, who have won 3 of 4. Justin Herbert completed 21 of 36 for 218 yards, ran for a 5-yard touchdown on a scramble up the middle on the Chargers' opening drive. The Chargers went 54 minutes between touchdowns. Gus Edwards went 1 yard off left guard to get them within 30-23 with 45 seconds remaining. Baltimore's Isaiah Likely recovered the ensuring onside kick. Cameron Dicker had 3 field goals as the Chargers, who have fallen to 7-4, had their 4-game winning streak snapped. I thought we did a good job of limiting turnovers and keeping the ball. We've just got to score more points, Herbert said. The Chargers had to rely on more on Herbert and the passing game after running back J.K. Dobbins suffered knee injury in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Ravens finished with 212 yards rushing and outgained Chargers 389 yards to 285. Henry didn't score a touchdown for the first time this season, but had a productive night with 24 carries. They ran the ball real well. We need a better block destruction thus across the board, but you've got to give them credit. They did a heck of a job, Jim Harbaugh said. The Ravens showed 10-0, scored on 5 straight drives to take control. They also converted 3 fourth downs, including a 2-yard gain by Mark Andrews on a direct snap late in the second quarter on 4th and 1 at their own 16 on what ended up being the go-ahead drive. This is a big win for our guys. I'm proud of the way we came out and responded. We were down 10-0, and our guys stepped up, John Harbaugh said. They really didn't flinch and keep fighting. They locked down the details and played good winning football. Jackson, who leads the league in total yards, completed 16 of 22 passes for her 177 yards. He also had 17 rushing yards, including a 10-yard keeper up right end early in the second quarter to get the Ravens within 10-7. Henry was held to 13 yards and 3 carries on the Ravens' first 2 drives, but got back in gear on the team's third possession with 3 carries for 44 yards. I definitely added a spark. It got us some momentum on our side, and and be able to get in there and get in there and get in the end zone. Henry said, "It just happened that we were able to get a drive together and finish a drive with points and get us going." 5 plays after Andrews' fourth down conversion, Jackson threw a deep ball to Rashad Bateman, who made a contested catch in the end zone for a 40-yard touchdown, giving the Ravens a 14-10 advantage. Just giving him an opportunity, I believe receivers have great hands, and he made a terrific catch, Jackson said. Baltimore extended its lead to 23-16 when Andrews caught a 6-yard pass in the back of the end zone. The Ravens' 2-point conversion attempt was no good. Hill put Baltimore up by 2 scores midway through the fourth quarter with its runoff off right end on third and 3. It was the third TD run, at least 51 yards at SoFi Stadium in a 24-hour period after Philadelphia's Saquon Barkley had scoring runs of 72 and 70 yards en route to a 255-yard rushing night against the Rams Sunday night. And I feel like some of my passes were off and I was ticked off, but we have a great running back offensive line and helped them get in the groove, and we kept our foot on the gas, Jackson said. Jackson improved to 7-2 in Monday night games, including 6-1 on the road. He has 124.3 passer rating on Monday nights, the best in NFL history, with 22 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Now, Ravens linebacker Roquan Smith had a hamstring injury, who leaves Baltimore with 10 tackles, was inactive for the Ravens last night. And charges in addition to Dobbins, cornerback, Eli Apple had a hamstring injury, was injured in the first half, did not return. So the Chargers will have to regroup as they play Atlanta on Sunday, and the Ravens will host Philadelphia at M&T Bank on their home field. That's on Sunday. They will host them. So, and right now, I have to give the game balls to the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, 16 of 22 carries and attempts, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 24 attempts, 140 yards. And Mark Andrews, 44 yards, 5 receptions, 44 yards, 1 touchdown. So Baltimore goes to 8-4, and the Chargers fall to 7-4. So now we'll look ahead to Week 13, and we got 3 football games Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, the early game will feature the Chicago Bears and the Detroit Lions. The late game at 4:30. The Chicago Bears and the Lions game will start at 12:30. The late game at 4:30 in the afternoon will feature the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. And Thursday Night Football, to wrap up Thanksgiving, that will feature the Miami Dolphins playing the Green Bay Packers at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And on Friday, November 29th, during this Thanksgiving holiday weekend, there'll be a NFL special on Friday night, a game on Friday, and that will be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium will face Patrick Mahomes. And then Sunday, we got a full day of NFL action. In the 1 o'clock games, the Los Angeles Chargers are in Atlanta taking the Falcons, as I mentioned. The Pittsburgh Steelers are at Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to take on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. C.J. Stroud and the Texans are in Jacksonville to take on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals are in Minnesota to take on Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Uh, Indianapolis Colts are in Foxborough at Gillette Stadium to take on the Patriots. The Seahawks are at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and to take on the Jets. The Tennessee Titans are in Washington, or at Northwest Stadium in Maryland, excuse me, to take on the Washington Redskins. That rounds out the 1 o'clock games. The late games, the 4 o'clock games. The Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Bucks are in Bank of America Stadium in Carolina to take on the Carolina Panthers. The LA Rams are in New Orleans to take on Derek Carr and the Saints. And Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are in Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Sunday Night Football. Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers are in Buffalo to take on the Bills. And that's Sunday night. But Monday Night Football. The Cleveland Browns are in Denver at Empire Field at Mile High to take on the Denver Broncos. So the Browns in the Monday Night Football game this week. And I'm hoping they can get the win over Denver Monday night. So we'll see. And Cavs will take on the Atlanta Hawks tomorrow. There's a lot more NBA action tomorrow night. So, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football Week 12 postgame show. I'll be back with my Scott Sports 101 Thanksgiving Day edition on Thursday on Thanksgiving Day. And I'll see you then. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.